Hey, it's Erin Struby from Seminar 10 with Mike Capello. I have worked very hard on my final assignment, Curriculum as Process, and I would like to show it to you. First, I would like to discuss the evolution process. Here, I will explain how my understanding of curriculum from the beginning of the semester to the end of the semester has changed. At the beginning of the semester, I sat down at my desk and I thought, well, what is curriculum anyways? I believed that curriculum was the lessons and academic content taught in a school or in a specific course or program. This included learning standards, learning objectives, and assessments. As a fifth-year student in a second-year class, I thought I was going to be an expert on curriculum. However, little did I know I still had a lot to learn. Throughout ECS 210, I came across three main ideas that helped me better understand what curriculum is. The first main idea that I came across was the concept of common sense. How do we know not to run in the hall? How do we know not to sleep in class? How do we know not to use our phones during exams? These are all behaviors that are assumed we have learned through common sense within our society. As educators, it is unfair for us to assume that every student will have the same knowledge about common sense. This is because everyone comes from different backgrounds, and no one is the same. The second main idea I stumbled upon was traditionalists and their impact on the school curriculum. One traditionalist in particular, Franklin Bobbitt. Throughout the beginning of the semester, Franklin and I had the same understanding as to what curriculum was. We believe that education is a shaping process as much as the manufacture of steel rails. In addition, curriculum was a way to define which experiences a child would need to become the desired kind of adult. I am glad to say that I no longer agree with Franklin's view on curriculum. Students should not be shaped like steel rails. Everyone will grow up to who they want to be. There are so many different learning styles out there, and as an educator, I must remember and respect that. The third idea that had a large impact on evolutionizing my understanding of the curriculum is that not all things that need to be taught are listed in the curriculum. For example, teaching someone how to be a treaty person is not exactly outlined in the curriculum. However, it is very important to learn. I now understand that as a future educator, I will have to encourage my students to become treaty people, although it is not set in the curriculum. Throughout what I have learned in ECS 210, I know that my approach to the curriculum will be much different than what I thought it would be. I have learned that the curriculum is not set in stone. As a teacher, I will be able to jump from outcome and indicator to make sure my students have the best and most successful learning experience. My main goal as a future teacher is to give my students a one-of-a-kind learning experience. I want to teach them about topics that they have never been able to talk about before. This will essentially help myself as well as my students not only grow as people, but as treaty people. As I reminisce about my seminar with Mike in ECS 210, I recall many uncomfortable topics and conversations that had to be had within our classroom. Although some of these conversations were about as uncomfortable as a wet sock on a cold day, I know they had to be had. Although having these conversations may have been uncomfortable, I am happy they were had, because I have gotten so much out of them, and I know that as a future educator, I will be able to help my students when discussing these topics. As I continue on my educational journey, there are three things I can say that I took away from this course. One is to always remember to be open. Two is to ask as many questions as possible. And three is to sit back and enjoy the ride. Education should be fun. Thanks for watching. Please do not hesitate to contact me with any questions.